Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about how people make excuses and why they make excuses, and some of the excuses that I have made and that I hear about not taking care of yourself and not making time or resources for self care, for stress reduction, and for making sure that you have the capacity to manage the things that are going on in your life. And I know that I didn't always take care of myself. And I didn't always allow myself to put forward the resources that were necessary to take care of myself. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about a conversation that I had yesterday. I had a conversation yesterday with someone about the program that I do and about the work and the impact. And they were very excited and they thought that it was great and they were extremely interested. And then I told them the price. And the person said, well, it sounds so good. And I know I need that, but I'm a single mom and I just can't spend those kind of resources on myself. I can't take those resources away from my children. And I was like, I understand. I understand. I've been there. I've done that. I've done that with my time resource. I've done that with my financial resource. I've done that with my emotional resources. And the results were not great because although I thought that I was putting my children first, by not taking care of myself and by not being able to handle things that came up when they came up effectively, I was actually taking away from my children. And by not investing the resources that I needed to invest in myself, I was actually taking away from my children. And I think it's so hard, particularly for parents. I think it's very, very hard because when I'm on a sales call for teenagers, it's like nothing. You know, people are like, yes, my child is struggling. Yes, my child is stressed out and needs help. And yes, I want you to help my child. It's not a question. I don't hear, I don't have the money to help my child. I don't have the time to help my child. I hear yes. And then when it's for parents, there's a lot of reasons. I don't have time. I'm too busy. I can't, that's too much to spend on myself. And it's unfortunate because I think that what is being missed in those comments, and certainly what I missed, is that when you don't process your stress well, when you don't take care of things as they come up, when you don't prioritize well-being, it has an effect on your children. And it's not just an effect of you might fly off the handle at them. It is an effect of what they see is you don't give to yourself as a parent. You don't give to yourself as an adult. You give everything away. That's not the message you want your children to have, right? You don't want your children thinking, well, I shouldn't take care of myself. I should give everything away. And yet, as moms in particular, we frequently give that message that everything should go, all of your resources should go out the door to somebody else. And that's not the message that I want my children to have. I don't want my children to think that they're not important and that they should not invest in themselves. I want them to believe that self-care comes first and that only from a full cup can you give to anyone else. And so that's the message that I want to share with my children. And that's actually what I tell to them. If I'm going to do an activity that is for me and for my well-being, I will say, look, mommy needs to take care of herself, just like you need to take care of yourself, just like you have activities for you to improve yourself. Mommy has activities for herself to improve herself. And I have activities to take care of myself. And so for the next half an hour, for the next hour, for the next whatever, I'm going to be taking care of myself and I'm going to be investing in myself. And I think it's important. I think it's important to give to yourself, whether you have children or not, whether you're taking that time away from other people or from other activities. I think it is important if you're taking that time away from work, which is something in the past that I would have thought, well, I have to work, so I can't do this. And I think that it's really important. It makes your life better. It makes your relationships better. It makes your work better. When you're not carrying around all this stress about all the things that you have to do, and when you're able to really kind of clear the decks on a regular basis, you're much more available. And when you know yourself better, when you've really been inside and looked at what's going on and shifted your relationship with the things that you're struggling with and that are worrying you right now, it makes a big difference in how you show up. It makes a big difference in how you show up in your life. And that makes a big difference in everything that you do. So I would encourage you that whatever it is that you think you don't have money for, you think you don't have time for, you think you don't have energy for, try it. Invest that time, invest that energy, invest that money in yourself so that you can see the gain and the benefit in your life. And you can see how investing in yourself pays off tenfold in every aspect of your life.